Ever wonder a blank page transform into a breathtaking masterpiece? Get ready to be amazed as we take you on a captivating journey from sketch to marker drawing in this incredible graffiti landscape art tutorial. For the Wildstyle piece, I will be drawing Meka for the name, and I will draw the background in an impressionism landscape. What's up, YouTube and YouTubers? My name is Louis Ling Chong, the artist of this channel. Before we start, please, if you like this video, give it a like, comment, share this video, and subscribe to this channel for more graffiti videos. Here we go. Over here, if you look closely, I did these three, these lines over here, and then it's a compositional element of dividing this in 3/4, right? The purpose for that, because since I'm doing a landscape, it try not to put in the middle, so you have to have like this subject objects over here, just to have a compositional element to the situation. Now over here you see the name Meka. This one I'm gonna put the Wildstyle right here. All right, so we're gonna start out first. I'm gonna start with the lettering first. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of music on. If you notice that you see the M, E, K, and A, right? Now you notice that what I did here in terms of I got the basic font from Google just to have an idea, what style I want to get into. I use a basic font. This can be the foundation of me getting started, and with this style, what I'm gonna do now is just break it down to like Wildstyle. So this is the foundation just to get started, So you notice here, this is the design element. I did it here. It goes this way, that way, and then the middle baseline right here. Baseline, the middle over here, and in the top. Okay. So I'm gonna break it down more into Wildstyle. Now I'm gonna stylize it right now. I already break it down a little bit more, just bending this over here, and then another thing that I actually connected with the other letters. Okay, so when you first start drawing, it's best to restating it, which is meaning that sketch it out first until you're satisfied with what you have. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do now is put on the extensions, the little tweaks in here. I'm gonna fix it up a little bit more and finish the rest of the drawing in this particular name over here. Okay. outline it a little bit, okay, and that's the with the extension, little bit pieces over here, and I think really all just like I try to look for any negative spaces, and whenever I did, I had an extension or an arrow between the lettering, so try to keep it keep it tight as possible. Now what I'm gonna do now as a 3D effect, it's gonna be perspective. I'm gonna start from up there in that corner and bring down the perspective. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna do that right now. So over here, this perspective I was talking about before to build up the 3D little thick letters over here, and I use 1 point perspective. That this is the vanishing point, and once I draw all the lines this way, coming down this way, whoever comes this way, I just draw the lines where they meet right here. Once I get in these little corners over here, and it's gonna give more perspective point of view. This is a 1 point perspective, but above the letters. There are 3 kinds of perspective: 1 point perspective, 2 point perspective, and 3 point perspective. So if you want to know more about perspective drawing, it's best to go to YouTube, take out the videos on perspective drawing, so they're gonna show you more in detail. I'm gonna show again more perspective on the background. It's gonna be more about city scene. I try to get, I was living in the Bronx, and this scene, I'm thinking about like Fulham Road, whoever's who lives in the Bronx, giving you a shout out. What's up? So I'm gonna show 1 perspective with this from here, 1 point perspective, and 1 in the buildings. I'm not gonna get into too much of the background because it's all about lettering. So, but I will show the rest of the background when I'm finished. Okay, so here we go. So over here, if you notice that this is the horizontal line is down across the whole page. The viewpoint is right here. So I'm still working on point perspective, but I did have it over here, but I changed the angle. Alright, so just to be over here, just with the building. This was just for the lettering, in different angle. So over here, if you know the point perspective, so wherever crossed, when I went down over here, I don't know if you could see it, the building's right here, and then I made this line cross this way. Now the purpose for that, once I make the connection with these lines over here, what happens is automatically, based on this perspective, anything in the front is going to become bigger, and once we go into the background, and all the windows become smaller. So I'm going to work on a little bit on the buildings, and then we take it from there. Okay, so this is the drawing right now. I pressed down on the pencil. Like I said before, here comes we see the background over here, and we have the name right there. So I'm gonna do now. Start erasing. What I'm gonna do, just put some music on, erase it first, then start adding the colors, and then after I finish doing all that, then I'm gonna explain to you what I just did. Okay. One thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start with the lettering. Well, one thing you gotta know about fine art, that actually we got to start from the background, then work way to the name. So I guess that will helps. But okay, here we go. Background. This style of artwork is Impressionism drawing style. The characteristics of this style is: number one, it gives a unfinished look to the drawing. Number two, reflect the fleeting moments. And number three, drawing scenes that look fuzzy and unrefined. We got number four, use short, quick brush strokes. 5, use many karma-like shapes. Number 6, use bright colors, vibrant colors. Alright, now for the lettering, the color scheme I used was anonymous color scheme. If you look at the color wheel, you will see the colors next to each other. For example, if you look at the color wheel, you can see yellow, yellow, green, green, blue, violet, red, and red, orange, and orange. So these are colors that are actually next to each other. Okay, so over here, in this case over here, I use like a yellow, darker yellow mixed with the light yellow and orange, a little darker orange. We have a little darker red on the pink side over here, and this over here is a purple and a light purple. And this one, in terms of, it's gonna be like a chromatic ones, because actually you could take one color, like say for example the darkest red. The lightest red would actually be pink, and then the dark all the way to the violet, all the way to the darkest red. So over here I use a neutral color. So I get now right now for the inking. I'm gonna like start inking. Now when I ink, you have to look at very closely at the one. Just fix this a little bit. And in the background, in terms of inking, I'll be using line weight. Wherever's in the background, the line's gonna be a little thinner. Wherever's in the background, it's gonna become a little bit thicker. So you're gonna see the progression as I use the pen ink technique. Alright, so after this, while you see me drawing, I will talk about a little bit about the history of Impressionism, and then don't go away because I have lots of things to say at the end. So let's go. While I work on this graffiti piece, I want to take you on a short journey through the history of Impressionism, one of the most revolutionary moments in art history. Impressionism began in France during the late 1800s. At the time, art was expected to be realistic and polished, with smooth brushwork and historical or religious themes, but a small group of painters decided to break the rules. Artists like Claude Monet, Pierre Gauguin, Renoir, and Edgar Degas and Camille Pissarro started painting everyday scenes, parks, cafes, people walking through the streets, but in a completely new way. They were wanted to capture the feeling and impressionism of a moment, not detailed snapshot. Instead of bleeding every color smoothly, they used quick brushstrokes and bright, vibrant colors. They painted outdoors in plein air to capture how light and color changed in real time. This was shocking to many critics, who called their work messy, unfinished impressionisms. In fact, the name Impressionism came from a sarcastic review of Monet painting Impressionism Sunrise. The critic meant it as an insult, but the name stuck and became a badge of honor. What's amazing is how Impressionism influenced not just painting but all kinds of art. It paved the way for modern movements like Post-Impressionism, Expressionism, and even abstract art. The Impressionists taught us the beauty isn't only the details, it's in energy, the color, the emotion, and the moment. So even while I'm creating graffiti style, that's a raw and urban, I'm blending it with that impressive colored spirit that Impressionists introduced to the world. Art doesn't have to follow rules, it just has to be alive. So before I give it a alright guys, let me know if you like this drawing and if you like the Impressionism style. If not, just let me know. Put down in the comments below no Impressionism and yes to Impressionism. So if you like me to draw your name in graffiti style, just looking down links below, Etsy, my website. If you like this video, give it a like, make a comment, share a video, and subscribe to my channel. My name is Louis Ning Tong. Thank you.